It is Monday, May 11th, 2026. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. Gulf Coast weather quiet for the first half of the day here on Monday, other than some patchy fog that we have this morning. However, this evening we have our grand finale to the weather period that we've had over the past week or so, with one more round of showers and thunderstorms, mainly near the coast. Then it looks like a drier pattern as we head into the rest of the week. I want to start off with the radar this morning. This is as of around 6:15, and we do have one or two rain showers happening pretty much in Clark County right now. You can see near Jackson, there just a little bit of rain. This is really the only thing that we've had on radar. Otherwise, we are generally quiet. And really, it is a quiet morning other than the patchy fog that we have going on. So that is the deal for this morning. The patchy fog definitely something that we're looking at the big picture across the nation. You can see over Oklahoma and Texas, there's some green there. There's actually a short wave that is developing off to our west in the flow of the large upper level trough that's going on over the eastern United States. You can see the big bowling ball over eastern Canada there, those circles, and then the big trough over the Great Lakes. That is the main system, but there's a short wave going around the base of that system that's going to fire off our rain chance for our Monday evening. There is ridging out west. Here's the water vapor imagery, and you can see where that short wave is, a little more active weather off to our west. Here is the surface analysis from this morning, and you notice that there's the blue line there. So there's a cold front that's positioned across the region. That cold front will swing down into our area by tonight into, of course, our Tuesday morning. There's the national radar, and you can see where the active weather is just off to our west. Satellite picture also shows that with more cloud cover out there. Right now, Mobile is actually reporting fog here, but for the most part, you can see that we're dry on the regional radar, except for those couple of showers that we pointed out earlier. Temperature 67 degrees in Mobile, 68 degrees in Pensacola, 65 in Monroeville. This is as we are starting our day on our Monday. Do want to note that we have a dense fog advisory in place. That's until 9 a.m. for Mobile, Baldwin counties, and also Jackson and George counties in the Fox 10 coverage area, but essentially coastal Mississippi all the way to the Pearl River included in that. For today, we do have a risk of strong to severe thunderstorms for coastal Mobile and Baldwin counties, also coastal Mississippi and portions of southeastern Louisiana. For our local coverage area, that does include places like Lucedale, Mobile, Bayou La Battery, Dauphin Island, Gulf Shores, Fairhope, Robertsdale, all the way up to Spanish Fort. But you can see here that the main concern is going to be wind. Gusty winds with these storms. And honestly, I cannot rule out some large hail with this, but the Storm Prediction Center not officially highlighting a significant hail risk, and there is no tornado risk with this stuff today. So I think gusty winds will be the main issue here. We'll see how that looks in modeling in a moment. Day 2 outlook, general thunder, and then the day 3 outlook, clipped by general thunder for us, but no big issues there. Rainfall here. Now let's go to it over the next 7 days. This is the Weather Prediction Center's forecast, and the only rainfall seems to happen near the coast here. Now, we're going to have the coastal round of rain that we have today, that maybe on Tuesday we squeak out a rain shower or two in the very early morning, and then once again in the afternoon. But otherwise, it is a generally quiet forecast, and we're about to get into a dry period. Now, this drought monitor is going to get updated on Thursday, and I think we're going to see improvements in it. But then we're going into another dry period for a good chunk of this upcoming week here, this week that we're in now. So we'll see how this evolves over the next week or so as we go through the month of May. Let's get to modeling here, where with the European forecast model, this is 4 o'clock. You could see that short wave that is located over the pretty much Texas-Louisiana border there. So that's going to start firing off the showers and thunderstorms to our west, and those will start to move in by this evening. So the first half of the day, Monday, is quiet. Then Monday afternoon, we have showers and possibly some thunderstorms that are going on. Here's the lightning flash density at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the European. On the European says by 4 o'clock, we're starting to get some rain showers and thunderstorms going on. Here's what it looks like with the HRRR forecast model going high res now. And HRRR valid at 4 p.m. on Monday. Temperatures in the upper 70s to mid 80s. Mostly cloudy with just a few showers popping up. If we go to 7 p.m., 7 p.m. local time, you can see pretty much along Interstate 10 more showers, more thunderstorms popping up here. And a couple of those thunderstorms could produce gusty winds or some heavier rain. This is the look valid at 10 p.m. And you can see coastal rain, coastal thunderstorms going on. If we progress this through the night, those coastal showers continue to happen until we get to around daybreak on Tuesday. Daybreak, things begin to break up here. And looking ahead to Tuesday afternoon, the HRRR does try to squeeze out some extra coastal showers. Technically, this is that cold front that we saw, and it does push pretty much right along to the coast. And it looks like the HRRR wants to hold on to just enough moisture, and some of these models want to show just enough moisture to fire off a couple of afternoon showers on Tuesday. So we'll keep that in mind in the forecast. But otherwise, Tuesday, the shortwave is now past us, and we're pretty much quiet. And this begins our quiet period in our forecast. Looking ahead now, this is now day 3. So this is Wednesday. Wednesday, we start the day in the 60s, low to mid 80s in the afternoon. Trough over the eastern United States, northwest flow aloft, and us, we are just playing quiet. It is going to be a quiet day. And also, it looks like by Wednesday here, that is mostly sunny skies for us. Looking ahead to Thursday, still trough of the eastern United States, but you notice that ridge building in over the central U.S., and that means we're quiet and also getting pretty warm here. Highs strongly in the 80s here for our Thursday. Looking ahead to Friday. Friday, it looks like some weak ridging overall, just ridging overall in place across the region. So we're going to keep a quiet forecast. Actually, high pressure you can see here at the surface. Friday afternoon, it does look like temperatures will be in the 80s with just a couple of clouds around. Looking ahead to next Saturday, this is Saturday, the 16th of May, ridging across the region. Again, high pressure in control, and we are quiet and dry. It's going out 7 days. This is Sunday. Sunday, ridging still in control. I think you get the idea here. Highs in the 80s, just a few clouds around. Looks like a quiet forecast for us. Going out to next Monday, the 18th, we still have a ridge in place. One thing starting to notice just off to our west, and we'll start to incorporate this, maybe a pop-up rain shower as we go into the afternoon hours, almost a summer preview by this point. Here we are for next Tuesday. This is valid in the afternoon, ridging. And really across the region, it does look like it gets a little bit more pop-up showery. And then let's go all the way out to next Wednesday, the 20th. Temperatures could be getting really warm here with that general almost kind of ridging in place here. We could be dealing with temperatures in the upper 80s as we get to early next week, and you can see possibly some showers in the region. Doesn't really show much here, but it'll be something that we keep an eye on for early next week, so something to think about there. Here's a rainfall from the European ensembles, the AI version, and you can see the one little bit of rain that we have in the near term. Look at the blue bars down at the bottom, and you can see day by day that Tuesday morning, Monday night rain is pretty much what we get until we go through this upcoming weekend. So it is going to be a dry week for the most part, except for the rain that we have here Monday night into Tuesday. Then you can see next week around the 20th all the way up to 24th and 25th. There you have your next rain chances. But it does look like it's going to be a pretty quiet period here for us with drier conditions. Here's your temperature outlook, and we are going to be locked and steady here in the 80s. And you can see the peaks where we kind of squeeze up into the upper 80s. See Wednesday and Thursday at 87 degrees, and you look at early next week in that summer preview pattern that we're in with those temperatures in the upper 80s. Some folks could definitely be touching 90 degrees in the long-range temperature outlook with that ridging in place over the eastern United States. It does look like above average temperatures will be likely. Well, for our week this week, since it is going to be drier, Hopefully, we can get some good sunrise and sunset. So you can send those photos in to us on the Fox 10 weather app or email to them. There's my email there, nicholas.herboso at fox10tv.com. If you want as well, send us your rainfall totals as you get them on Monday night into Tuesday morning. Make sure to include your location with that. As for the schedule and what we're doing this week, I will be on Fox 10 later on today, later on this morning for Studio 10. Fox 10 midday and the 3 p.m. show. But thankfully, with a quieter week, with less odds of severe weather than what we had last week, I think we're going to have a little bit of a quieter week, which is a welcome news for us. A quick reminder, if you did not know, I posted about it on Facebook. We did have a tornado that occurred last Thursday in Mobile County. So it was a really active week last week. This week, we are much calmer, which is good news. We will still be posting updates on our Facebook pages, Meteorologist Nicholas Herboso on Facebook, KNBHWX on all other social media platforms. Be sure to give that a follow. We'll have your regular updates of the week, and I will see you on Fox 10 News later today. Have a great Monday.